Your DNA is under attack, and the source might surprise you. Every time you plug in an appliance or flip a light switch, you're surrounded by 50 hertz magnetic fields. That's the frequency of alternating current electricity used throughout most of the world. For decades, we've assumed these fields are harmless because they're non-ionizing, meaning they don't carry enough energy to directly break chemical bonds. But a new study from Chinese researchers suggests we need to rethink that assumption. Dr. Sun and her team at the Research Institute took human lung cells and exposed them to 50 hertz magnetic fields at intensities you'd find near power lines or household wiring. What they discovered was alarming. The magnetic fields triggered a cascade of cellular damage. Specifically, they activated something called mitochondrial permeability transition pores, tiny gateways in your cell's power plants that, when opened inappropriately, spell trouble. Here's what happened inside the cells. The 50 hertz fields caused these mitochondrial pores to open. This disrupted normal cellular energy production and flooded the cell with reactive molecules. The end result? Direct DNA strand breaks. Well, mom argues the kind of genetic damage that can lead to cellular dysfunction and disease. The researchers used senescent cells, older cells that have stopped dividing but remain metabolically active. These cells are particularly vulnerable because their repair mechanisms are already compromised. Think of them as the cellular equivalent of an older person being more susceptible to illness. What makes this study significant is the specificity of the mechanism. This wasn't just general cellular stress. The researchers identified the exact pathway through which 50 hertz magnetic fields cause DNA damage. They showed that blocking the mitochondrial permeability transition prevented the genetic damage, proving cause and effect. So how does this fit into the bigger picture of EMF research? In our research database of 925 studies on DNA and genetic damage, nearly 74% show harmful biological effects. This isn't an isolated finding. It's part of a consistent pattern across different frequencies and cell types. The evidence shows that electromagnetic fields can damage your genetic material through multiple pathways. Some studies document direct DNA strand breaks. Others show disrupted repair mechanisms. Still others demonstrate chromosomal abnormalities and oxidative stress. What's particularly concerning about 50 hertz exposure is that it's unavoidable in modern life. This frequency surrounds you whenever you're near electrical wiring, appliances, or power lines. Unlike cell phone radiation that you can choose to reduce, power frequency magnetic fields are part of our electrical infrastructure. So what can you do about this? First, measure the magnetic fields in your home, especially where you spend the most time. Simple EMF meters can detect 50 hertz magnetic fields. Areas near electrical panels, major appliances, and power lines often show elevated readings. Second, increase distance from high EMF sources when possible. Magnetic field strength drops rapidly with distance. Moving your bed 3 feet from an electrical panel can reduce exposure significantly. Third, reduce unnecessary electrical load in your sleeping area. Unplug devices when not in use. Use switched power strips to completely cut power to electronics at night. The research is clear. 50 hertz magnetic fields can damage DNA through specific cellular mechanisms. While we're still connecting these laboratory findings to long-term health outcomes, the consistency of the evidence suggests taking precautionary steps makes sense. Find the full study and hundreds more at shieldyourbody.com/research.